All right, so what you're doing today in the next project that we're starting is you have this paper. It's over by the sign-in sheets. You can grab it. Hi. So we have this paper, and what you're going to end up doing is you're going to end up filling this paper with, that paper with patterns. And what you're going to do is you're going to create 20 unique patterns utilizing 4 to 6 elements on each one of those patterns. What is a pattern? What's the word that characterizes pattern? Repetition, right? So we got that. What you're going to do is you're going to do the same thing over and over and over and over and over again, and it's going to create your pattern. And then we talked about using 4 to 6 elements. What's an element? Okay, we talked about this yesterday, and there was that cartoon or that movie where we had the 4 basic elements, right? What were those?
Earth, water, fire, air.
Earth, water, fire, and air. Cool. And then we talked about how that was something that's what ancient people believed, that those were the only 4 things that made up everything in the universe, right? So what ends up happening is then they started figuring out that there are elements that are like from chemistry, which goes to make up stuff like that. So if we talk about that, water is made up of what? H2O, right. What is H? Hydrogen, right? So there's 2 hydrogen atoms and 1 oxygen atom. And when those things come together, that's what they end up making is water, right? We could say the same thing about Earth. Does anybody know what Earth is made up of? And that's dirt, right? They're talking about dirt. What is rocks made up of? Who plays Minecraft? All right, so when you do Minecraft, you take stuff together and you smelt and you do stuff like that, right? What kinds of elements do you find in the earth? Coal. Is coal an element? I don't think it is. I don't know. It probably is it? Coal is? That's on the periodic table? Awesome. All right. You're learning something today. What's another one? Begins with a C. All organic matter is composed of carbon. Sand is silica. There's iron in the earth, like, for the magnetic poles and things like that. So, there's all kinds of stuff that we talk about where we have these elements. Now, what are the elements of art? We had talked about we were going to use elements in this part of the project. When I'm talking about elements, what am I talking about? The things that we're combining in order to make our patterns. What things do you suppose I would use if I'm drawing?
A marker.
Okay, a marker is not an element of art, but yes, I am going to use a marker to draw. What do you think I'm going to draw with the markers? Huh? My hand.
Shapes.
Shape is one of the elements that we're going to use. So we got shape, line, and then it's coloring in. That one we're going to call value, because that is basically how light or how dark something is. All right, so those are the 3 elements we're going to use, okay? So the first one's line. You can take whatever you need.
Devontae Hadley,
Not here.
Jeremiah Jackson.
So we're going to start off with line. And basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a line in each one of these boxes. Yours are 6 by 6. I'm doing 4 by 4 just in the interest of time right now. So if I start doing line, the next one is shape. And like I said, I want to utilize 4 to 6 elements. I will say on your papers, the squares are really small. It was the reason I made them small was because I thought it might be easier. If you're finding it too difficult, let me know and I'll get you graph paper that's a little larger. So right there I just did a line and a shape, okay? And then I'm going to do another shape and I'm going to color that one in. Now, once you complete this section of them, then I can go on and I can do other patterns, and I can even use the same elements. All right, I'm going to stop here. Everybody gets the idea that I'm going to color in those triangles in the top corners, right? So after I do that, I can start to rearrange things. I'm going to do it right up next to 1, 2, 3, 4. All this is lined up on your paper, so you can see it, and I marked it all off for you. So then if I take and I start rearranging this, I can use the same elements and create a different pattern just by kind of moving stuff around a little bit. But if we look at this, there's an infinite number of possibilities By using 4 to 6, though, not infinite probably. What does infinite mean? Does anybody know? Yeah, unending actually. But, so if I just take and I start to do these patterns on here, you can see that that is the exact same pattern, it's just kind of rotated, right? And then what'll end up happening, now what's interesting is once I started doing this, this will make, oh crap. Now if you make a mistake, what are you supposed to do? Work with it. You just add it into everything else. So when I made that line there, I should have just made the mistake and done it.
Yeah, so you can crumple it up before you throw it away, though. Just so it takes up maximum space in the garbage can.
That's sarcasm. Everybody recognizes that, correct? Alright, so this is what my pattern ends up looking like. And since I shifted everything and moved it all around, you'll notice that it starts to create two different kinds of, so we went from this to this, and these are both the same, it's the same thing, just spun. Everybody gets that? What's it called when you spin something? What's it called? What's the geometry term? Rotation, right. So all we did was rotate one of these things, and then it worked out the way it was supposed to, all right? You have 20 different ones, 20 unique patterns that I want you to get, 4 to 6 elements on each one of those, all right? All right, you guys were so much better.